Here are the crypto top headlines covered in this video. Watch these altcoins in February as hundreds of millions of tokens set to unlock. Next, crypto lender Genesis agrees to $21 million civil penalty to settle Gemini Earn SEC lawsuit. Also, the Bitcoin Renaissance is here, but it's definitely not your father's Bitcoin. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles, and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. We are a new channel here on YouTube, and would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. It does help support the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline: watch these altcoins in February as hundreds of millions of tokens set to unlock. Hundreds of millions worth of crypto is to be unlocked later in February. Find out which coins are impacted. Multiple altcoins with relatively large market capitalizations are going to see token unlocks in the coming days. These events are normally associated with fluctuating prices because of the shift in the dynamics of supply and demand. However, it's worth noting that the entities behind them have been through multiple of these in the past years, and cushioning the impact on the market seems likely. Starting off with the first one on our list, Aptos, or APT, data from token unlocks reveals that the protocol will release some 7.35% of its total supply in 8 days, worth around $240 million at current prices. Next on the list is Sand, the native cryptocurrency of the popular Sandbox ecosystem. In 10 days, the team will unlock $90 million worth of the token. Coming up next with smaller unlocks are Ape, Manta, and Rose. These will release roughly around $20 million worth of coins each, 13, 14, and 15 days from now respectively. The largest unlock on the list will come from the largest altcoin by means of total market capitalization, AVAX. Avalanche will release a whopping $340 million worth of AVAX in around 18 days from now. It's interesting to see how the market will react to the upcoming unlocks and whether or not they will have an impact on the designated tokens. Let me pause here for a moment. If you're getting value out of this video, please click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. Our next top headline: crypto lender Genesis agrees to $21 million civil penalty to settle Gemini Earn SEC lawsuit, says report. Bankrupt crypto lender Genesis is reportedly agreeing to pay a $21 million civil fine to settle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission over the now defunct Gemini Earn program. According to a new report by Reuters, the settlement will allow Genesis to focus on repaying customers and creditors instead of having to defend itself against the SEC's claims that the firm was selling unregistered securities through its partnership with Gemini. However, Genesis did not admit to any wrongdoings by agreeing to the settlement, according to the report. Genesis and Gemini first collaborated in 2020 to allow Gemini customers to loan out their digital assets as a means of earning interest. The SEC initially sued the crypto lender in January 2023, shortly after it filed for bankruptcy, claiming that Genesis illicitly sold securities to traders through the Earn program, earning billions of dollars of interest in the process, according to the report. Also, in January 2023, Gemini announced that it would be suing the Digital Currency Group, or DCG, the parent company of Genesis, for failing to pay back hundreds of millions of dollars that were a part of the Earn program. Furthermore, in January of 2024, Genesis was hit with an $8 million fine by the New York State Department of Financial Services, or DFS, after it was found to have inadequate cybersecurity measures. Genesis is slated to move ahead with its plan of repaying customers in cash or crypto assets, hoping to have its plan approved by the court on February 14th, according to the report. Our next top headline: the Bitcoin Renaissance is here, but it's definitely not your father's Bitcoin. What if the fight that started for ungovernable money has become something much bigger? For the first time in a long time, Bitcoin is riding the zeitgeist and capturing attention beyond those who advocate for hard money. Many of those who dismissed Bitcoin as old tech are taking a serious second look as the Genesis chain pivots to decidedly cool again. While spot ETFs and price action might be dominating your feed, there is a far more interesting debate raging over the future of the chain itself. There have been many attempts to make big changes to Bitcoin over the years, but as inferior ideas have faded, Bitcoin stubbornly remained Bitcoin. And why not? The world's largest decentralized and most secure network operates as intended, with elegant design and a brand that towers above the rest of the blockchain industry. Legal tender, the support of presidents, and BlackRock ETFs. While I believe in the potential of Web3, no one has anything like that in their back pocket. But when does staying the course morph into stagnation? At what point do we keep our northern star so firmly fixed that we become too rigid? Bitcoin was born out of a strong desire to reinvent a broken system. Rebellion runs deep in the cultural roots. If Bitcoin can meaningfully disrupt the traditional financial system, surely it should be able to handle a little disruption from within. Enter Casey Rodarmor. Rodarmor jumped into the conversation in late 2022 with ordinals, and boy, did he upset a lot of people. In simplest terms, he found a workaround to allow NFTs, or really any data, to be stored directly on the Bitcoin blockchain. He handed people the ball, and they ran. Iterations and inspired developments like BRC20s set off a wave of activity on Bitcoin not seen before. The masses came to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin wasn't exactly ready. Congestion hit hard, spiraling fees, and delaying transactions for days. For the first time in a long time, Bitcoin block space was in demand. Fractional debates over ordinals have been outright warlike since. While an entirely new industry has sprung up Bitcoin, over 55 million inscriptions have been created, generating a whopping $230 million in transaction fees, a huge windfall for Bitcoin miners who suffered huge margin compression during the bear market. But it's not just miners. Sotheby's recently auctioned over a $1 million worth of ordinals and rare sats, while industry giants like Binance, OKX, and Magic Eden have all heavily leaned in. Even Phantom, the Solana wallet of choice, has added support for Taproot and SegWit. The most agile VCs are never far behind this kind of action, like Outlier Ventures, who just started their first dedicated Bitcoin base camp. Yes, I'm part of the program sleuths. Bitcoin is a hot topic now, which makes it considerably easier for startups to raise funds. Any of this would have been unthinkable just 12 months ago. While this would sound great to most people, it doesn't always sit very well with seasoned Bitcoiners, and for good reason. OGs have seen the crypto markets pump and dump countless times, and on many empty promises, it hardens people. It's easy to see then why you might systematically eschew anything trend-driven. Congesting the network only serves to add salt to that wound. There's a cynical phrase in the industry often repeated, but this time it's different. I'm not going to expend energy trying to defend any particular piece of art inscribed to the Bitcoin blockchain, or any use of the chain for that matter. It's open source and dictated by the market. What I do find particularly interesting is the extension of ownership and immutability from money to just about anything. People have the right to own. Fun things and new tools have helped attract a lot of unlikely suspects to Bitcoin who not only adopt it, but carry the message further, onboarding the next 8 billion people. We might need some help. Bitcoin has come a long way since its white paper. It's become so much more than a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It's a living, breathing digital apex predator that has far surpassed anyone's expectations. Satoshi's 2008 white paper instigated an unprecedented global rally for monetary independence, but what if the fight that started for ungovernable money has become something much bigger? Maybe one day Bitcoin will also become ground zero for ungovernable data, or maybe just entirely ungovernable. So this concludes our top headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.